Another assassination of a great personality. Another person will be assassinated again. They're going to assassinate again another person. And I saw the place where it was going to take place. It's like in an advanced country, like a modern country, like developed country. Yes. A person will be attacked. The place was just like in Britain, but I have not seen this in Britain. But I have seen an assassination that is coming. I saw how people were moving around the street, and then suddenly after, the street was dry. And there was a place where a car was parked like a lorry. And after people passed, a man came out with a mask. The man has masked himself. And he attacked another man with a knife and pierced and killed the man. Or he would attack and kill the man. It's an assassination. It's going to be a big man. Somebody will be assassinated. You soon hear it and you see it over CNN, France 24. I don't know, I have been praying that God to show me the country. Because it is a serious case. I saw the person, but the person who killed the other one, he was in a mask. So I could not know who is this person. So God has shown us, Jesus showed me that we should be praying against it. The person is going to be attacked like a knife attack. Like a knife attack the person. He came out of the place like a lorry and started piercing the person. And it was a very serious case. Hallelujah.
Breaking news out of England, the murder of a Member of Parliament. Conservative lawmaker David Amis was stabbed several times at a meeting with constituents in the town of Lee-on-Sea in Essex. A witness says the 69-year-old Amis was attacked by a man who walked into that meeting. Police say they have arrested one person on suspicion of murder and they are not seeking anyone else. There is no widespread threat to the public, they said. Just last year, Amis wrote about lawmakers' security, saying the killing in 2006 of the Member of Parliament Jo Cox had changed how officials interacted with the public. He wrote, "We regularly check our locks." Let's get to London for the latest on this. Salma Abdelaziz is following the story. We are waiting for both the British Prime Minister to speak and indeed to hear from the local police in Essex. What more from those who knew David Amis is pouring in? This is from the former Prime Minister David Cameron, and I quote, "This is the most devastating, horrific and tragic news. David Amis was a kind and thoroughly decent man, and he was the most committed MP you could ever hope to meet. Words cannot adequately express the horror of what has happened today. Right now, my heart goes out to David's family, and really those words reflected in so many of the tributes that we've been reading out today. Cyril Varnier, tributes pouring in from other lawmakers today, very much reflecting the words of the Prime Minister.
Absolutely. Tributes coming in from a broad spectrum of the British political class. Multiple former prime ministers have been speaking out. We just heard from Boris Johnson himself, of course, the current prime minister. You read the words of David Cameron, former Conservative prime minister, just before we heard from the PM. Theresa May also took to Twitter saying this: "Heartbreaking to hear of the death of Sir David Amis, a decent man and respected parliamentarian, killed in his own community while carrying out his public duties. Tragic day for our democracy. My thoughts and prayers are with David's family."
He attacked another man with a knife and pierced and killed the man. Or he would attack and kill the man. It's an assassination. It's going to be a big man. Somebody will be assassinated. You will soon hear it and you see it over CNN, France 24. I don't know.
C'est vers midi à Lee-on-Sea que cette attaque a eu lieu en plein jour et il rencontrait en fait les gens qui voulaient venir le voir, lui parler, lui poser des problèmes et comme tout député le fait dans sa circonscription, et c'était dans une église méthodiste et subitement un homme a fait irruption, l'a poignardé à plusieurs reprises. Nous savions qu'il était très gravement atteint. Et il a été opéré, paraît-il, sur place, a affirmé un conseiller municipal sur place. Et depuis peu, nous avons appris donc le décès, hélas, de Sir David Amis, âgé de 69 ans. Il représentait la circonscription de Southend West, dans l'Essex depuis 1983. C'est sur Twitter que la police a annoncé aussi l'arrestation d'un homme, un suspect donc, qui serait l'auteur de cet attentat peu de temps après l'attaque, et la police a précisé qu'il ne recherchait personne d'autre. C'est donc pour rassurer la population locale. Et il faut dire que les réactions politiques affluent, mais que vraiment, que ce soit la classe politique ou la population, est sous le choc.
As for you, son of man, I have made you the watchman over the house of Israel. So hear the words from my mouth and give them warning from me. Ezekiel 33. Revelation chapter 2 verse 29. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Emmanuel, God with us.